Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze. My name is Dalton Kawesa and welcome to this segment of this topical discussion. Now, this morning, we are going to speak to one of the big figures, political figures in this country, Honorable Semju Nganda. We know him for his sharp criticism of government excesses, but also not only government, but also the member of opposition and how things are going. Good morning, Honorable Semju, and welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, we will begin with your party. The last time we heard about your party was the launch. Is it alive, or it was just to keep the public that the Semju group that broke away from Katonga exists but does not exist?
But you have covered our meetings. We were in Mbarara last week launching leadership office in the Ankole, and NBS covered us. We were in Ujiri to do the same thing, launching a leadership for the Busoga sub-region, opening office, basically checking on the health of our structures. We will be in Bunyoro on 9th to do the same thing. We'll go to Acholi, go to Rango, because we are going to do most of our work at regional levels, sub-regional, because we've set up leadership. In each sub-region, we have a governor who is responsible for the districts, because at the time of independence, I think Uganda must have been about 12 districts, because when Museveni captured power in 1986, Uganda was 39 districts. They are now 146. In our constitution and in our structure, we think devolution of power should be at sub-region. Even when we are setting up the leadership of PFF, it is national sub-region, and obviously because the administration now is structured at district level. So we will be going to each and every sub-region to establish the leadership. We are swearing in leaders from the Ankole sub-region, the 13 districts, Busoga. So our programs are on course. Every day, if you had time, you need to visit Katonga. We have people who are now returning forms seeking to be nominated as candidates at various levels. Because we were issued a certificate of registration in the middle of an electioneering, we are doing these things concurrently, building the party, but also preparing people to go and contest for elections.
Beyond the launches and the vis-vis from different places of this country, we have had a history of political parties away from the party that is in government launch in big functions, but when you return after a week, either the office is closed or it was just a makeshift. And we've done stories from the newsroom checking the existence of these political, especially opposition political, in these places where they launch, and there's nothing. How different are you going to do it?
Because you were present, and we thank you. You covered the launch of our Wakiso office in Ichira. That office is very busy every day. So is the office in Mbarara, the office. There are also offices that are functional, but we haven't just formally launched them, but they are there. In many of the, if you go to Guru, that office is functional, it is issuing forms and people are returning them. But it is possible to find some of the offices closed, because political parties in Uganda, especially ours, depends entirely on the contributions made by the supporters. Sometimes those offices are offered for a period. Some of them we rent. Sometimes you run out of money, because I was running an office as an MP nearly for the last couple of years. You pay for an office, you pay for an attendant, and then you must meet other operational costs to run an office. Sometimes you run out of money and the offices have to close. The closure of the office doesn't mean that you now no longer have leadership and programs in the area. You may not have money to continue paying rent, money to continue paying the office attendant, and money for other operational costs. But the leaders will remain. Some names will operate from people's houses, not because that's what we desire, but that's what we can afford. But at the moment, the offices we're opening are there, they are functional, and they are busy because we have people who are picking and returning forms. I can't guarantee that they will not close. Maybe they will close and then we'll be opening others. I remember in 2000 and after the 2006 elections, I was still at the Observer. The very first National Resistance Movement Central Executive Committee meeting, at that time, Mr. Museveni told the SEC that he didn't say the party, but he said, I need 11.5 billion to run the offices. And he said, I'm going to close them until near elections. And people like Kadaga protested, and then he had to continue. Of course, because for him, he has the luxury of using taxpayers' money. But also, I remember, even when I had joined politics, one time, he must have given Kasuri about 25 billion and said, I cannot continue paying for staff of NRM. Because the requirement, even to someone who picks money from the state. So running these offices is costly for parties that don't have a regular flow of income, parties that depend. Because I've said this many times, in this country, the levels of poverty, I keep referring to the Bank of Uganda Financial Capability Survey report, that first, in a country of 45.9 million people, you only have 2.7 who operate bank accounts. The country is 45. Only 2.7 operate bank accounts. And of those who are operating those bank accounts, those who earn more than $1 million are less than 1%. Majority of citizens who earn money, formerly earned money paid through banks, is 150 monthly below. One time, Father Carlos Rodriguez was authored, he's a Spanish, he was authoring an article in the Observer. He used to live in the Acholi. So he went to an ATM and collected receipts that people had abandoned there. He discovered that the balance on each of those accounts was less than 20,000 shillings, because he used to be a researcher, so he collected all those things that people abandoned. In the area where I am an MP, you go to a church, you go to a mosque, and the people are contributing 1,500 shilling. So that's who we are as a country, the level of poverty, the state of our economy. So we may not continue running, but our activities continue.
Yes, despite the poverty, you must continue around this office. Yes, many people have said that you're occupying the new political party and the existing other opposition party are really working in the same space. How different are you going to work and push PFF such that it gets a lion's share ahead of, because time is not at your advantage?
The opposition political parties, genuine opposition political parties.
Why genuine?
Because there are others who are working with the state. That's why I'm saying genuine, and I qualify them deliberately. And they are proud working with the state. The DP and Amao works with the state. And they don't have any problem with it. UPC, I think there is a divorce, but they have been working with the state many years. There are also others, some working formally, others informally. So the genuine opposition political parties do not have to compete with each other. The space, actually, all of us combined, we may not feel it. I have said this 100 times, and I may have to repeat myself. You go to areas like Karamoja, 26 MPs, because Karamoja now, I think, is it 7 districts? They have 26 MPs, none of them is opposition. We may not even have capacity to field candidates in Karamoja because of the nature of the area, all of us combined, not just one political party. So nobody should say that the space is very small for us. The space actually is bigger, we can't feel it. In the last elections, on closure of nominations for sub-counties, I think sub-counties were 2,900 at that time, they are now over 3,000.